Welcome to Focus Fire Chat, recorded offline on August 13th, 2021. This episode is really just going to be a longer update for everyone wondering what has been going on since our last broadcast earlier in 2021. So no lore specifically, though we probably will mention a few things gaming related. I know Orchid has had some fun with the updates. But yeah, so before we go any further, I guess, obviously I'm out of practice doing this. Let's run through a quick introduction of who all we have with us, or both of us, basically. As always, this is your host, Blue Crew 86. Alongside me, I have our amazing co-host, and really, honestly, one of the main reasons y'all are hearing my voice again. Hey, it's Orchid.
Hello, I'm still here. It's Orchid.
Yeah, she is still indeed here. She is the reason. She is the reason we are still here.
I don't know about that. But hi, I'm still here.
So again, full disclosure.
Still not fired.
Full disclosure, this is going to be a shorter episode due to some of the things that have been going on in my personal life, which I'm going to use that as an easy segue into explaining what is going on with me and FFC in general. So as many of you are aware, back in February, my home office had a pipe burst and as a result of the subsequent water damage, I was displaced from work to another room in our house. Which, I mean, yes, I was still able to do work, but what this also meant was that there wasn't a good space for me to record episodes, because mainly what we try to do at home is we try to keep things quiet outside of my office during the night to allow for Minion to get some sleep. So we were hoping, when this all first happened, we were hoping that the contractor that we had been recommended would be able to get things back in place shortly. But as you can, probably tell if you look at the calendar, that didn't quite pan out. That's definitely a fun story that I will probably save to tell on a stream at a later date when I'm not necessarily being recorded as a podcast. But at the same time as all this was going on, my wife was expecting our second little light, who I refer to as Nugget to help everyone differentiate from Minion, in August. So originally Nugget was due to be here at the end of the month, but the universe decided to kind of change up those plans, and we actually got to meet her 3 weeks earlier than we had expected. So this threw a few curves into the schedule that we were obviously a bit unprepared for, and as a result has put me in the position of having to prioritize things a little bit more aggressively than I had originally intended. So to put simply, I honestly haven't had time or energy to invest in video games as a whole for roughly the past 3 to 4 months, if not a little bit longer than that. Destiny was nowhere in my paradigm during that time due to the events going on with personal life and with work events. I haven't had even a chance to review what has happened in this last season, which actually brings me to the next aspect that I want to talk about. And I actually, not only do I want to talk about this, but I'm going to really want to hear your guys' feedback on that. So I want everyone's feedback on. I want to continue with Focused Fire Chat. I absolutely love having an excuse to get together with the people that I value, and I cannot express fully how valuable having this outlet for creative thought and energy is to my well-being mentally. However, I'll be honest, I'm not sure, given my current schedule situation, if discussing a single video game is quite feasible, mostly because I'm not going to be able to play that video game, probably, in all honesty. And so focusing in with such a laser focus on a single video game just kind of, it feels like I'd be doing you guys a disservice because I would honestly not know what I'm talking about. Thankfully, as you have probably figured out, I have a pretty eccentric set of interests, something that Orchid and I have talked about quite a bit lately. And I have always enjoyed the ability to dive into the trivia behind various aspects of gaming in general. But what I want to make sure is that we take into consideration your thoughts and your interest as well. One of the ideas that Orchid and I have thrown around is to move to a more broad gaming type podcast where we take basically general weeks of lore and then we mix in different content creators. The reason why is this would be kind of where we're leaning is that this would allow Orchid and I to branch out from just being solely focused on Destiny to include other areas of interest. For example, I know Orchid and I are both huge Doctor Who fans, and we're both really excited about the upcoming release of Halo Infinite, just for a few examples. But this would also give us the ability to kind of transition from, we've always called ourselves a Destiny lore podcast into a podcast that's more dedicated to more fully exploring the stories around us. But again, I want to make sure that we aren't leaving people behind. And I always have tried my best to listen to the opinions of everyone, but especially to those who have supported us for the past 5-6 years. So I don't want this to be the end of the journey. I don't think it should be the end of the journey, but I also don't want to leave people behind that I don't have to. And I don't think that I have to leave anybody behind. And I want to make sure that everyone feels that way as well. So if you don't mind, please let us know what you think about the idea of kind of moving to a more general topic base. As well as giving us your own thoughts and ideas of, games, movies, TV shows, books that you'd like us to dive into. I know over the years, we've had definite references to a lot of different series, both TV shows and books that I personally have enjoyed, that Orchid has enjoyed, that Green has enjoyed. Green is still helping us behind the scenes with all of the amazing edits that is allowing you to hear this conversation. So I just want to make sure that we open the door to that conversation so that we can continue this really honestly, this amazing journey that we've been allowed to partake in. I don't know, Orchid, if you want to, I don't know if I expressed all that correctly.
Yeah, I think you did. This doesn't mean we're not going to talk about Destiny also. So it's not like we're just tossing it in the waste bin. We're still going to talk about it. I still play Destiny on a regular basis. So it's not like we're not ever going to talk about Destiny. There's still a lot to talk about in the game. So it's not going to be like a not Destiny podcast. Destiny will still be around. It just won't be every week. It'll be other stuff. And we're going to have people from the Destiny community as well. So
yeah, no, definitely.
We'll have Destiny content creators, and so we'll have people that from the community that we'll talk to, and we'll talk about Destiny lore as well. So we're not moving away from Destiny. We're just not going to be doing as much Destiny as we currently are doing, which is every week.
Right.
Because a lot of especially towards the end, we were really struggling to find out oh God, what lore are we going to do this week?
Yeah.
That's kind of like when you do that much lore, and this is the same for, I think, every Destiny lore podcast or YouTube channel or anything. It's, oh God, what topic am I going to do this week? Or what YouTube video am I going to make? Or whatever. There is only so much lore you can cover. And I think branching out and doing other things, we're both very excited. We're both, kind of diehard Halo fans, and Infinite is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And I know we both really want to talk about it. So you can very much expect Halo coming from us. So it'll be good.
Yeah. And I think the other thing to view it is like you said, it's not stepping away. It's more of instead of the 5-foot view, we're going to take a step up, and we're going to look at it from a 30 or 40-foot view. Mm-hmm. So we're still definitely going to talk about Destiny. Destiny has, please do not read into this. Destiny has an amazing story. It's still going strong. In fact, in some ways it's going stronger, but there are, we're human. We have other interests, and this is something that will allow us to kind of tap into those interests and keep us excited about coming back every week. Because, they're after 5 or 6 years, pushing 7 years now, it's been every week we have done this, and, and that gets a little grindy, mm-hmm. a little bit. So it allows us to kind of do similar to what we were doing with the extra lore stuff. just more regularly. But yeah, I think I'm really excited to get a chance to get back into it. Hopefully here's crossing my fingers that I can figure out schedules, because right now my schedule consists of 2-hour windows of trying to get an infant to get back up to birth weight, because 3 weeks premature is, we have to be very, 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 very diligent about making sure that she's eating and she's actually gaining weight. And that's, that puts stress on me that I know anybody who has kids is probably register, like who will register with that. But for anyone who doesn't have kids, it's very stressful, and it's a constant stress. Like, it's a constant thing that's in the back of your mind. And it's just something that I'm like, it's not crippling, but it's almost there. And if one thing goes wrong, it feels like, oh no, everything's, so, and they're so tiny. Like, I was talking to Orchid about it too. Like, she is so tiny right now that it feels like if anything goes wrong with something that small, it could be catastrophic. So, which humans are very resilient, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. But anyways, yeah, so that's really where we are right now. Like I said, it's going to be, this is definitely a very short episode. I'm obviously out of practice of doing this because I haven't had a chance to do this in, God, 5 months, February, 6 months.
6 months.
I can't even count at this point.
You get baby brain,
guys. I
think it's okay.
I am literally, this is what I told my wife. I am literally operating on a day by day schedule. But yeah, like I said, I really want to hear, everyone's thoughts. I want to hear, if we did this, which I think we are going to do this unless someone has like a really big issue with it. And then we can definitely bring that to the table and have a conversation about it. But if we go down this path, I want to make sure that we keep doing things that you guys are interested in doing, because that's part of the point, right? Is to make sure that you guys are engaged with the thing. We are going to definitely still try to do live streams.
We are going to still try to do live streams on Twitch.
Live streams might be entertaining because, again, if I have, I might have to jet in the middle of a live stream, so we'll have to figure that out.
I might have to be the one that drives the live streams from now on.
Yeah, Orchid might host so that I don't suddenly disconnect everything.
I'll have to drive the live streams, and then we can just watch me play Destiny. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I hear that Hitman has made a comeback to Orchid streams with SpaghettiOs and bricks.
I'm doing a lot of crimes. They're crimes. Yeah, they're small crimes. They're crimes. You had to bring that up.
But yeah, like I said, I want. Oh my gosh, I just remember jumping into one of your streams and you were like in the middle of taking out a room with a can of SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, I did.
And I was just like, I don't know what's going on, but this is pretty much exactly what I expected to be going on, and it's what I was here for.
I remember that too.
So
it's not changed.
So again, I want everyone to feel free, message me on Discord, message Orchid on Discord. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I promise I am still on Twitter. I'm just a little more sporadic about connecting with things. Because it's more of, hey, I have 3 seconds to look at stuff. I just want to be transparent with everyone that is literally the reason why we haven't been able to do episodes, is because of so much stuff going on. It is not because of a lack of interest from me. It's because literally I only have so many spoons, and I can't hand, they're
your
all
drawer
taken.
Is pretty empty at the moment.
Yeah. My cutlery drawer is there's no spoon. There's maybe like a wooden spoon in the back that I might be able to find every now and then. But anyways, so that all being said, I just wanted to say, I miss you guys. I really do want to get back into a schedule. We're going to be trying to fix that into however that's getting to be fair, live streams we, like you said, we will be still doing it. Timing might be different. Just a heads up. I'm going to try not to make the time different, because I think the Friday evenings at 10, I think that was a really good, solid window for everyone. That being said, having a newborn, I can't make that promise. Like I'm kind of going off her schedule right now, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, you can.
I love you guys, and I miss you.
You can send us a DM, or you can add us on Twitter at Focus Fire Chat. You can send me a message at Hey It's Orchid. You can send Blue message at BlueCrew86 on Twitter. Those are all of our handles. I handle the all the tweety things on Twitter for Focus Fire Chat. So if you're talking to Focus Fire Chat, you're talking to me usually. So I will pass on things to Blue. So
yep. All right. Well, guys,
we miss you.
That's all we got. So we miss you guys, and we will hopefully be talking to you soon.
Yay. Okay, bye.